Live with Tao. Do not reconcile different techniques. Each technique is specific and works better with a particular set of mind. It is just like medicine. There are different antibiotics, different pain medicines. They work well under a particular circumstance and situation with the persons. When I say there is no need to be in hurry, it means forget time completely. No need to be serious. Don't make any effort. Surrender. Be in let go. This is a totally different technique. This is suitable only for a particular kind of mind or humanity. All cannot do this technique. The type of person who can follow this technique of surrender cannot do the opposite one. The technique of surrender is for a feminine mind. I am talking about feminine mind, not feminine body. Remember, all feminine bodies or females, because feminine body means female, are not necessarily feminine in their as far as their psychology is concerned, as far as their frame of mind is concerned. And all males are not necessarily males. So when I say a feminine mind, and for that matter my emphasis is on feminine mind, I do not mean females alone. A feminine mind means a mind who is ready to surrender, who can be receptive like a womb. The quality of the female is the womb. Womb means receptivity. Womb means acceptability. Even there are females who do not have this womb-like quality of receptivity and total acceptance. Who can be receptive like a womb, who can be open and passive. Half of the humanity can be a part of this type, but the other half is totally opposite to this. As men and women are two halves of humanity, complementary to one another, not contradictory. In just the same way, the feminine mind and the masculine mind are two halves of the human minds. Both require a different technique. The feminine mind cannot make an effort. The feminine mind cannot make an effort. If it makes an effort, it reaches nowhere. The effort will be the undoing for it. It will only create anguish and tension, and there will be no achievement of any kind. The very working of the female mind is to wait and allow things to happen. This is the beauty of the feminine mind. This is the beauty of the womb. Womb waits in a total acceptance and receptibility. It does not care for the time. Just like a woman, even if she is in love, she will not take any initiative And if a woman takes the initiative, you have to be reason to be afraid and escape. And that is what normally we do. But there are unique ones who create a balance between the two. Passivity and activeness. Passiveness and activeness, because both are two sides of the same coin or 2 feet. And if a woman takes the initiative, you have every reason to be afraid and escape, because that attitude is male attitude. The female, in the female body, the body is of the female, but the mind is of a man or a masculine mind. That will create too much difficulty. If you are really male, if you are really male, then the woman will lose attraction. If you are the feminine, the male in the body, but feminine in the mind. If you are a feminine, male in the body but feminine in mind, only then you can allow the woman to take initiative and you will be happy. If you are really a male, immediately the woman will lose attraction. If you are feminine in approach, male in the body, but feminine in the mind, only then you can allow the female to take the initiative and you will be happy. Now, how it is? There are male body, but the mind is feminine, because feminine is receptive. If the mind is receptive, you will allow your woman to take the initiative and you will encourage her to take the initiative. Then the beauty of the relationship, the beauty of relating is tremendously beautiful. It is beyond human imagination. But you are feminine in approach, feminine in the way of receptivity. You are womb-like, but you are in the male body, but feminine in mind. Then the bond will be strong. It will create wonders, and you will allow the woman to take the initiative, and you will be happy that she has begun to take the initiative. But then physically she is a woman and you are a man. Mentally you are a feminine, and she is masculine. And at times there has to be a capability between the two to change the roles. This is an aspect of human psychology. Physically you are maybe a male or a female, but psychologically you are capable of changing your roles to suit the circumstance and situation. This is an important aspect of human psychology that we must understand and follow in the process of transformation. You are immediately and quick to change the rules. You are a female with a feminine mind, but according to needs. You are ready to change the role from the feminine mind to the masculine mind. And at the same time, the man switches over from the masculine mind to the feminine mind. And remember, a woman will wait. She will never utter the words that I love you before you have uttered them and you have committed yourself. In the very waiting lies the feminine energy, the feminine power. The male mind is aggressive. So aggressive and passive are like two poles. The current should flow from one to the other to complete the magnetic field. And togetherness means creating this magnetic field. Togetherness means creating this magnetic field. When the energy flows from aggressive to passive, and then passive to aggressive. When energy is flowing from aggressive to passive, the aggressive is aggressive and passive remains passive. The moment the role changes, the energy flows, the cycle completes, then both are ready to switch over the positions or change their roles. The same happens in a spiritual path. If you are an aggressive mind, the male mind, effort is necessary. Then be in a hurry. Then do not lose time and the opportunity when it comes. Then create, let there be urgency and crisis so that you can put all your being into effort. And your effort has become total. The moment your effort will become total, you will achieve. If your mind is feminine, then there is no need to be in hurry. There is nothing to worry about time. You may or may not have observed that women have no sense of time. They cannot have, because that is the very nature of the feminine mind. So to me, husband is standing outside the house and he is honking the horn and saying, "Come down." And the wife says, "I have told you just now 1,000 times that I am coming in a minute." The feminine mind cannot have a sense of time. It is the male mind, the aggressive mind, who is time conscious and worried about time. They are two different approaches. Feminine mind is not in a hurry, and really there is no hurry. Really there is nowhere to reach. That is why women cannot become a great teacher, a great scientist, great warrior, but in certain cases, psychologically, those females who are ready to change their roles according to the circumstances, situations, can achieve those roles, can perform that roles, and to some extent even better than better than their male counterparts. For a feminine mind, there is no goal, and really the world that we see around is male oriented. So women cannot be really great in male or man-oriented world. Greatness is related to the goal, how quickly you achieve the goal. Some goals have to be achieved and then becomes great. And the feminine mind is not after any goal. Here and now she is. The way she is happy. Here and now she is. Here and now she is happy. And at the same time, in effect, these two words, happy or unhappy, does not exist. There is nowhere to move, nowhere to go, nothing to do. The feminine mind exists in the moment, in this present moment. That is why feminine curiosity is never far away. She never bothers about the things far away. It is always about the neighborhood, about the nearness. She is not interested in what is happening in the cosmos or geopolitics or things like that, very rarely. This is the basic I'm talking about. This is the basic nature of the human mind, the masculine mind. Psychologically, the nature of the feminine mind and the nature of the masculine mind. But as I said, in the present scenario, the roles are easy to change. Women have excelled in many fields. And not only excelled, but explored many other dimensions. Generally, the feminine mind does not bother about what is going on in other house, the intimate, the here. The man looks absurd. Why are you worried about the others or geopolitics or this or that? What is others doing? Time exists for those who are goal-oriented, who have a goal to reach. Remember, time can exist only when you have to reach somewhere. If you are happy the way you are, you do not have to go anywhere, time becomes meaningless. Look at the situation from another angle. The East is feminine and West is masculine psychologically in nature. Even the Western women, Western men are masculine in their psychologically in their approach. The West has never been concerned much about The East has never been concerned much about time. The West is more concerned about time. The East has been very leisurely in its approach, moving slowly as if not moving anywhere. When you look at the growth patterns, it has been very slow, steady at a snail's pace. No revolutions. Revolutions took place in the West. As I said, this is simply for the explanation purpose, and at times the role changes. In the West, we see revolutions are needed quite often. All sort of revolutions are taking place. And influenced by this, it has begun in the East as well, because now East is no more East and West is no more West. It is simply for the purpose of explanation. The male psychology and the feminine psychology are, in a way, at times one becomes dominant than the other, but they are infusing into one another. The East thinks that if there are upheavals, it means man is diseased. Something is wrong. That is why there is a change. If everything is okay, then there is no need for any revolution or any change. Eastern mind is feminine in nature. That is why in the East we have praised the feminine qualities. The names of the goddesses have been given tremendous importance. Compassion, love, sympathy, non-violence, acceptance. All are feminine qualities. Contentment, acceptance, non-violence, sympathy, love, compassion are all feminine qualities. In the West, all the masculine qualities are praised: willpower, ego, self-esteem, independence, rebellion. These are the values that are praised and appreciated in the West. East, we appreciate obedience, surrender, acceptance. The basic attitude of the feminine mind accepts, obedience, surrender is the quality. It is important to understand the two hemispheres of our brain, but they are not separate from one another. There is a very thin line. They can flow into one another. And that flowing into one another makes one harmonious. The line is the borderline between the two hemispheres is very thin and vulnerable. Any time, any effort can break it, and that is important to bring the harmony. And the very purpose of a spiritual transformation is to bring harmony between the two. When we are able and ready to switch the roles easily, the process will continue. Enough for now.